Hey YouTubers, this is my first video. Bear with us please. This is our very first production. So anyhow, this channel is going to be about stereo equipment. Whoop-de-doo, huh? And we're going to start with where I believe the beginning should be, would be I guess power and how we get power to our systems and what's available out there to make our systems sound better without breaking our pocketbook. This isn't necessarily going to be about ultra high-end things. These are things that I hope, well, as you can see by my attire, I am a painter, not a rich man. But there are many things out there that you can do for your system that I feel that the common man out there can afford, and definitely help his system to go from a good system to a great system. And power cords, unfortunately or fortunately, do make a difference. I've been in this field now for over 30 some years, and I've had the pleasure of having some great audio shops near me, and have quite a bit of experience with music, and a lot of experience in the music field itself. I am a drummer. I know, probably thinking, well, you're probably deaf. Well, I'm not saying I don't have any hearing damage, which I probably do. But regardless of all that, I'm sure we've heard the term the golden ear, or that guy that hears those things that the other guy doesn't hear. And there is some truth to that. But I think some people take it a little too seriously, and we're not going to try to get too serious about anything here on this channel. So we're going to start off with power cords, and my cameraman is going to show you some power cords down here that we currently are using in the system. We pretty much we're starting off with a power cord that is made by Transparent Audio. That is our main lead coming from over here. As you can see, we're using basically a two outlet surge type device, but it doesn't do any limiting of current. It's not disabling the current from getting from the wall to the source. I feel that particular piece there, it is a bit pricey, at around $400 and some dollars. It is a bit pricey, but for what you get, it is an amazing piece at clearing up line noise and letting your system perform its best. So onward from there, my cameraman is going to take you over here. And now what basically we're plugged into is a Matrix 2 by WireWorld. And it is basically a distribution box. It does not do any type of filtering in a sense. It also does not limit any current. And by using this, you are pretty much doing a lot for your system in sense of the timing of your system, and also of course, getting the cleanest possible signal you can to your equipment. These power cords range in price from this one here, to upwards of $500. This one here in the $200 range. These here in the $100 and some range. I'm not going to go into too much of that on the exact pricing and all that. You can tell, I'm sure, if you're interested in this, you can look into it yourself. All this stuff is currently available. The WireWorld stuff is fantastic. I have tried and used a lot, mucho dinero expensive stuff, and got, in my opinion, I didn't get the results I was personally looking for. Using these cords and using this Matrix 2 cord extender has really opened the system up. It really has created a three-dimensional image It allows the speakers to go beyond, in my opinion, to make the sound field, much wider, give you a stronger sense of vocalization for the vocalist in the center. And it tends to just intensify all those cool things that we love when we listen to music, and it makes you not want to stop. And, in my opinion, that's pretty darn important. So, anyway, I don't necessarily believe that, you have to, in the older days, it seemed like a lot of audiophiles were very concerned about separate power sources. I think we're learning now in today's age that by using one source to go into and to come out of, really helps with the timing of our music. And when I mean by timing, I mean by how the instruments are being played and how we get personally involved with the music. It tends to really get us more involved. I'm not going to go too deep into it because, once again, we could have maybe in another video, but it really does just help overall the system so much. It literally is a game changer. We'll just say that. It's a game changer. And we'll show you the system real quick. Currently, I'm using a REL over here, my cameraman, a T3 subwoofer. It is fantastic. If you've never used a REL and you're into this, they are not necessarily inexpensive, but they do start, and I think, you can get started with REL at around $700 in that range. They are super tight. And what makes them incredible is that they have a Neutrik connection that goes directly to your amplifier and gets a signal directly from the amplifier, and also an LFE. So you get the best of both worlds. And trust me, for music, they are fantastic. From there, we'll go to the Wharfedale speakers up here, directly above the cameraman. And these are no longer in production. But if you know anything about this speaker is simply fan-effing-tastic. It is beyond its abilities and price. It has wonderful bass response. Very, not extremely detailed speaker, but detailed. We'll leave it at that. A beautiful mid-range. It has that classic British sound. And as you can see by looking at it, it's an attractive speaker. Maybe not to a female, but to a man, we like, wow, that looks great. At least all my friends think it looks cool. But anyway, that's the Wharfedale speaker there. It is by It's by Wirebull. This is the largest of the bookshelves. My cameraman's going to take you around here to the back and show you a shot back here of the specs and stuff on the speaker. If he can get we can get our camera in there. He's just going to show you the hookup back there and show you the Wharfedale name. That'll show you the speaker model, I think. We'll see. Anyway, thank you for that one, my cameraman. And we're currently using a Marantz HD CD1, which is a newer, I think maybe the newest CD player from Marantz. For the money, it is fantastic. It's a very good player. Excellent bass. Does all the things that Marantz is known for. It's very warm sounding. Don't let anyone tell you that Marantz is not musical. It is extremely musical equipment. I'm not saying it's the most accurate equipment around, but it sure is pleasing to listen to. Below you is a Marantz receiver. The model number on it. It's hidden. Anyway, this is an older receiver. It is a top tier receiver, meaning it is a flagship receiver. It delivers 120 watts per channel into 7 channels, and it is just a wonderful piece. It is a great unit. It has all the current things that most receivers have, but it was designed before the era of when receivers, in my opinion, went to poop. It has a copper line chassis, a belly to it. It weighs over 40 pounds. It is a gorilla, and believe me, it will satisfy any home theater needs, from the largest rooms to maybe not the largest rooms, but a large room, and give you up to just all the power you could ever need with a speaker that is even somewhat efficient. Over to your left is a Martin Logan center channel, and I know all you home theater enthusiasts are going wrong. Well, let me explain. It does have the Martin Logan accompanying speakers that go with it, which you'll see here in a moment. At least the rears. I have just fallen in love with these speakers, and I do more two-channel listening than I do home theater. But the Martin Logan is an excellent center channel. It is fantastic. The dialogue on it is wonderful, and the tweeter is fantastic. It really is. If you are looking into home theater, these are currently available from Martin Logan, and they are really great speakers if you are looking for something like that. Okay, we are running. We're running out of time here for our first video, but right below you, real quickly, we're going to show you some Rega stuff. Fantastic two-channel equipment made in England, and then we'll just go ahead real quickly back here to the rears. We've got two Martin Logans sitting on stands back here for the surround sound, and that pretty much covers the home theater system. On our next video, we'll try to go into a little bit more detail. We're just wanting to see how this works out. We don't have much of any equipment so far, so this is our first video. Bear with us. And anyway, you have a great day, and I hope you have learned something about power cords. Yes, they make a difference, and they make a tremendous difference, in my opinion, more so than interconnects or speaker wire. So, and they're affordable. Don't think you got to spend, $1,500 on a power cord to get great results, because you don't. But anyway, thanks for watching our video, and we'll try to get some of our equipment and how we do this in the future a lot better. Apologize for that. I know there's a lot of people that work hard at that to get the quality and do these things really well, and we'll go, I'll get into that at another time. But anyway, thank you so much for listening to my sound advice. Take care.